There you go. No gavel, but evening, everyone. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Glad to see you all here. Well, I'm going to call the June 27th, 2023 commission meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge and the invocation. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Father God, thank you once again for being patient, for trusting us with your town. Ask that you give us your wisdom, your discernment, and you guide us and help us make the best decisions for our town citizens. And may we honor you in all we say this evening. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Sir.
Roll call.
Okay, Commissioner Pollan,
Here.
Commissioner Ramos,
Present.
Commissioner McFallen,
Present.
Vice Mayor Satterfield.
Present.
Mayor Stark.
Yeah,
You're all here.
all right. Do I want to do the proclamation first?
Yeah.
Okay, we have an addition, proclamation acknowledging and honoring the contributions of Reverend Dr. Randolph Bracy Jr., who we are very sad to have lost on Father's Day. Whereas Reverend Dr. Randolph Bracy Jr. was founder of the New Covenant Baptist Church, Orlando in 1992 and served as senior pastor there until 2015. And whereas Reverend Dr. Randolph Bracy Jr., the local community is American Council of Christian Clergy. And whereas Dr. Randolph Bracy, Reverend Dr. Bracy Jr., he's got quite the name, was the founding and current dean of Bethune-Cookman's University School of Religion and spent more than 40 years at Bethune-Cookman. And whereas Reverend Dr. Randolph Bracy Jr. was a champion of civil rights and served for several years as president of the Orange County NAACP. And whereas Reverend Dr. Randolph Bracy Jr. was a champion of economic development, founding the Rio Grande Charter School in Orlando, as well as developing the Covenant of the Lake Senior Citizen Apartment Complex. And whereas these efforts help create 60 jobs and corporate wealth of more than 20 million, whereas the town of Oakland commissioners wish to publicly acknowledge and recognize contributions of Reverend Dr. Randolph Bracy Jr., who taught us the importance of giving back to your community and leading by example. Witness thereof, I have hereto have set my hand and caused the seal of the town of Oakland to be afforded on this 27th day of June 23rd. He's a loss to the community. His family is a tribute to continuing to contribute to the community. His two children were and are elected officials, and his mother is a force, or his wife is a force of need.
Yeah, she is.
So we definitely want to, to him as they lay him to rest.
Very nice.
Yeah, that makes you feel good, but bad, bittersweet. Okay, we're at a public forum. Anyone here who wishes to speak at the public forum needs to come to the podium. Definitely sign in so we have your name for the record and tell us what you think in 3 minutes or less. Come on up. Oh, wait a minute, we got two. Okay, come on up.
Hi there, my name is Jonathan Rule. I am a resident of Oakland Trails. I've been here in the wonderful town of Oakland for 5 years. This is actually my first city council meeting. I think the last time I've been to one was when I was a Boy Scout trying to earn the merit badge. So this is kind of exciting for me.
One thing you did learn was how to dress, so thank you.
No, for having fun, sure. You gotta have fun.
And then I'm waiting for Joseph to,
No.
no?
First time,
Okay,
pass.
all right. We are a town, not a city.
Oh, thank you. We are a town and I absolutely love living here, which is kind of the reason why I had to come here and just take my 3 minutes. Because a couple of weeks ago on Saturday night, we had some individuals looking to pick a fight and bring a really disgusting vibe to I know my house, I know a lot of our other houses had very disgusting things thrown onto our doorsteps. And we had some wonderful individuals that alerted the police, that actually helped clean up our neighborhood. But really why I'm here is silence can be deafening. And when you look at our response, there is nothing on our social media. There was nothing that says, hey, we don't stand for this. This is not what our town is. And I saw neighbors who had recently moved here who were like, what in the world have I moved into? Is this the neighborhood? Is this the normal? And all of us took to arms and said, this is not us. This is not our neighborhood. And this is not our town. I really want to implore everyone in this room, what can we do better than not saying anything? Because this is not acceptable. And I just couldn't stand here and let other people think that this was the norm. We've never had this happen in our neighborhood. We're not Winter Garden. We're not other teams. And I don't want to even think about how other cities have had, other towns
Okay, there's cities.
have handled this. We're a small, tight-knit community. I want to see us keep that, but I also want to see us do better of how do we communicate that this is not something that's tolerated. I feel 100 times better after meeting you and talking to you just here. But how can we help some of our other residents that aren't here know that this is not what we stand for? And that's all I was here. I had to do something. This killed me inside. And so that is why I'm here.
Appreciate that, and that's what we're here for. And that's what these commission meetings are here for. And none of us condone the actions of the folks who drop that kind of information through the town. We were also dealing with a legal matter. And until we could really make sense out of what that was, which took a little while, we were not really free to disseminate a lot of information, especially if it were wrong. But trust me when I tell you, I've lived here for 30 years. Everybody who's been here knows that is not. And we were very disappointed that we were targeted for this. And we will not tolerate it. And I think we showed that in the way that we, got rid of the information, turned it over to the FBI, and made sure that we followed the letter of the law. So going forward, this is a good lesson and a good question that we will think about if things like this ever happen again, which we hope they won't.
I really hope they don't either.
It's first.
Hey, and it's a learning experience. It's a learning experience all. I just don't want anyone to think that silence or
No.
the appearance of doing is not the right thing.
And our police chief is here. Have anything to add to that conversation, Darren?
Sure, it was absolutely unwanted, just like you said, and I'll make the same offer to you, to others that I spoke to here in town. And I think it'll bring some clarity. Anytime I will come to your house, come to the police department, and I will show you the exact case file and explain to you everything we had. But this was weighed in on by a lot of people. Unfortunately, this was the first of its kind, like you said, since the new law was enacted. And we found that there were some issues and we had to handle it appropriately. And I really wish for the residents' sake that I could have spoke with everybody and told them exactly what this behavior, and they're not welcome to do that. But at the same time, we had to make sure we did everything correctly. So, on behalf of the PD, I'm sorry that you felt that way. And from my perspective, that will not continue. My door is always open. You can always call, speak with us, or tell me where to come, and I will come there and speak with you. People in the town shouldn't feel that way. So
Thank you.
You're welcome, and we hope to see you again.
Sure.
Hello, my name is Carlos Esquivel. I live over in Longleaf. Unbeknownst to me, I also was gonna speak on the matter because I thought, again, I was shocked. And it wasn't one flyer in one house. It was several communities that were targeted by hateful propaganda. That's what it was. So I get new laws, I get whatever, but even a statement on the Oakland Facebook or something saying something like, you know, some material was left at, and we don't condone that or something, because like my fellow Oaklander said, silence just begets ambiguity and just, we elect you guys for a reason, and silence makes us think like, well, are they for it? And again, I understand there's new laws and everything like that, but there's something that I feel you guys touched on. So in that matter, I just have to be honest that I was a little disappointed, and I love the 3 years that I've lived here. And I just felt like, I don't know, like it was very hateful language and the symbolism, and for us not to say anything was bewildering, to be honest.
Well, I will tell you, Carlos, you come back.
No.
I'll listen from here. Is that, that's what I said before. We can learn from our actions, but there's a lot more to what we were dealing with than people know. And that's for the police department to deal with, and we take your hindsight into consideration for anything that goes in the future. We do not condone this, nor will we ever.
So hindsight is 2020, so even
Yes.
one point in your speak, even if you're, even a month from now, if you're like, hey, we couldn't put out a statement or we couldn't say anything bad, but we want you all to know that whatever occurred on that time was not acceptable for us at the community, and leave it at that if you can.
That right now. And I welcome you back in October when I do the state of the town, and you'll hear more. But trust me when I tell you, this is not anything this town condones, but we have to follow the letter of the law. And that there's a lot more to it than you know.
But thank you for your honesty on it.
But we appreciate you being here and telling us how you feel, because that helps.
Thank you.
Okay, next, do we have anybody else? Do we have anybody else who wishes to speak? Darren, do you wanna take it from here, please?
Sure. So, as you all know, Lieutenant Campbell has retired effective June 30th. So we wanted to give her an opportunity to come in front of the commission and speak to all of you, but as a small token of our appreciation for her 14 years of service, we wanted to present her with a small gift here. There will also be something done outside the police department. But I wanted to at least let her come in front of everybody and give you guys an opportunity to thank her for what she's done over the past 14 years. And we really appreciate what she's done, and we wish her the best in her next venture. But I wanted to bring Lieutenant Campbell up here to the podium. So, thank you. And there you go.
I wasn't expecting to have to do this. I thought it was gonna be individually. Like you said, almost 14 years. It's been a rough couple weeks, and then the town was my life. You guys were amazing. And I thank you for 14 years of my dream. This was my dream since I was a kid. And as you guys know, I didn't even go to the academy till I was almost 40. So to be able to have this as my first and only job as law enforcement was beyond words. So I want to thank you guys, everybody, for always having my back and supporting me and giving me the opportunity and the honor to be an enforcement officer at Oakland.
We thank you.
Thank you. Oh, wow.
Already. Thought it was cookies.
Wow.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah, please
Thank you.
Yeah.
take a picture.
What's the tissue?
Do we want the police officer?
Yes, please.
You want to go? Take it.
Probably like more than send test. Yeah, probably.
Wow.
Take picture. Yes.
Yeah, let's get there.
Can you see him?
Good. There ain't no cookies in here. Sure. I thought maybe donuts, you know. You can't believe your crap.
Very much. That was very nice. The consent agenda. Does anybody have anything they have questions about or wish to pull out?
Not a question, just the one thing on the minutes that I had Elise correct, when we were talking about the school. We talked about Friday and the school going to the church. I thought you were talking about Discover when I said that's why they were there on Friday. So the school wasn't part of that. They don't go there at all. It's Discover after program. So
But that Discover program works. Correct.
no, we're just contracted. They have nothing to do with us as far as their own contract. It's their own contract.
They start this October, but they're this in the summertime, they started filming all over.
Okay,
It's not just.
it's just,
Work it out, we're done.
good, and I'm very happy for that, but it was a long journey and I just was looking for a simple answer. That's all it was. So that the church wasn't confused and that we were not presenting ourselves because the request had your name on it. So I didn't know what, other than, I just wanted to know. That's all I wanted.
All right, Don is supposed to get me the original contract, because he's not sure what was on it,
Yeah,
so. There you go.
In March, April,
yeah.
when we changed, so that's.
And then to Discover asked,
Then Discover went after that, so that's what.
okay, and the church thought that was the school.
Well,
So that's,
again, it's done, confusion's over, but for the records, or for our records, is that school doesn't have anything at the church at all.
I just want to make sure that we're good. That's. Okay.
I got,
So, yes.
also the minutes. Misquoted. And when I was talking to Andy, I told you this is gonna be a marathon, not a sprint. But I was quoted as this is gonna be a sprint, not a marathon.
Oh.
I want you to take that. Marathon. You ain't going anywhere.
It's gonna be a sprint. Long sprint. In other words, pick up your step and. All right.
That's fun. I don't care who you are. Okay, so do I have a motion with with the corrections?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda with the 2 corrections. I'll second it.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from the audience? All in favor? Awesome. We have other policy matters, events calendar.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, members of the commission. I would like to, usually when I come on board into a new job, it is a marathon before I can make some changes and for the good of the towns usually. But in this case, I made a change at the Arts and Heritage Center last week, and we voted Jessica Lovejoy, who's here, is going to give you overview of the new town calendar. We promoted her to the community outreach director position, and she's also going to be handling our PIO. So I've actually gotten a call from a friend of mine in Polk County who's a public information officer, and she says whoever's doing your Facebook page is doing a great job. And that's been Jessica that's doing a lot of that since we've been here. It's going to give us some good organization over at the center. She's got some great events planned. And she's also, I think, looking to possibly expand the hours at our center. So we kind of were able to combine a couple positions, and with that position was open as it was. And so if you would, I'd like to congratulate you, Jessica, on your promotion, and we're happy. And she's up next on the agenda, and she's going to go over the town's event calendar and share that with you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Andy. And thank all of you. It's been a pleasure to be here for the past 2 years, and I'm excited for all that we can continue to accomplish and grow this operation with your support. So included in your packet was the events calendar for 2023. Kind of jumping, we all know what happened in the past year. So jumping kind of ahead, this week we have our Citrus Oakland History exhibit opening on Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. And it's trending to be our most successful opening yet. And we're very excited about it. So we hope that you can join us for that. We are also thrilled to announce a farmers market starting in September. It'll be the 2nd and 4th Thursdays from 10 to 2 p.m. located in front of the Arts and History Center. We've already have over 20 exhibitors or vendors that have signed up to offer fresh fruits and vegetables and homemade items to the public. Music on the Porch, the 4th Friday's Music on the Porch will transition into that event. So for the 4th Thursdays, we will offer Music on the Porch as a monthly offering at the farmers market. But we'll also, for the inaugural event, have Music on the Porch and really kind of increase the awareness for that event for good attendance. Hopefully you liked the calendar, had a chance to look at it. If you were happy with this model, we will begin to prepare a calendar for 2024 to get in front of you prior to the start of the new year so that you can know all that's happening. We have, like Andy kind of hinted at, all sorts of ideas to expand center hours and add more events to this calendar, and are really looking forward to increasing the offerings that we can provide to the community. Do you have any questions on the calendar?
I like. It's just that, you don't have to present, but month to month, if you could just provide it to the commission, so we can see what has occurred and how much the this is. Not really the story about what is.
Sure.
Yes.
Go from there, and then we have a big right on October 6th.
Yeah.
October 7th, yeah. Mhm.
So that's very exciting. For anybody who did not manage to get to the one with
Ron Carter.
Ron Carter, I can't even begin to describe the sound and the music and how magical that evening was. And here we have another opportunity to do this again. These are world-class musicians that we are lucky to have in our town. And lucky for people to come here and not, I mean, admission to their concerts would be outrageous. And it's free.
Yeah, it's a unique opportunity that we can partner together on that to provide live music and quality live music to residents. We've, Commissioner McMillan and I have been in communication on that event, and it's shaping up to be just as nice as it was last year, if not even better. So
The weather holds.
we're looking forward to, that's the one thing we cannot control, but I think that the weather and Mother Nature will be on our side.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect weather that night.
Oh, it was magical.
Oh, man.
Magic.
Yeah, no mosquitoes that night.
That boy.
Kept sitting there going, this is just unbelievable. How good it is. And the sound, oh, he was just cool as he could be. So,
We're looking forward to hosting something similar this year.
all right. Well, you want,
Thank you.
and I love,
At some point in the near future, together we weeks back, a few months about some sort of a wellness kiosk at the center.
yeah, what she's working on.
So
Yeah, I've received some specs already and we're having internal communications on it so that we can present you with an option that we know is feasible, or several options for you all to decide. So
all right.
it works.
And I did take Andy by Healthy West Orange District building, and we met with Tracy. And that was a topic of discussion, and she led us through what they're doing with it, and it was very informative.
Cool. Again, my only concern was space in there, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be there.
We have a good option that I think we'll be able to present.
So, you have a good relationship with Healthy West Orange, and you know, they do events here and.
They're valued partners, so we're looking forward to unveiling that
They
soon.
like us too.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And your staff, you're wonderful over there. All you guys are.
Thank you.
So kudos to all.
We're happy to be here. Thank you.
I wanted to comment on the,
Sure.
I love the calendar and the information you put, like the mayor said about the people, statistics of the people, but also the food trucks. I don't know if you're putting them on the calendar. If that would be a good idea to add so the community knows when there's gonna be food trucks. I know
Sure.
you don't know that far ahead of time,
Yeah.
but you might.
Yeah, no, we'll take that.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Citizens.
I know that guy's on there.
Yes, hot dog therapy is plans, but
These specialty truckers, you may
yeah,
target and the community knows.
absolutely. Yeah,
That was
yeah,
nice.
yeah, so they can come out and not cook dinner, hopefully.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's not far from home.
Yeah, there will be a food truck on Thursday. The Big Cheese will be there, so come hungry. Yes. Mhm. Yeah. Yes, thank you for that suggestion. Great. Yeah, so that's to be determined, but that will be exciting. That's always a very popular event. I didn't go through each event. There's lots of fun things happening, but we, right.
I heard you were going to bring Carlos Santana for that one.
Close to it. That close to, working on.
Oh, he's on.
Very good. Well, thank you again.
Thank you. All right, so the next thing is an Avenue Charter School budget.
Good evening, Mission Town Manager. Thank you for giving me the time tonight to just give you a brief overview of the tentative OECS budget. So as you know, historically, we have come to the table in June with a tentative budget based on estimated reserves until we learn, estimated revenues until we learn of the specifics that are coming from the state. Calculations in regards to how we've done from the previous year and other needs that we've done. We will then evaluate the entire situation and come back to the table again with the final budget that occurs with the town before the October 1 timeline. So in this tentative budget, there are several things that I wanted to draw your attention to. So we did a conservative estimate in regards to the increase of revenue of 2.25. It was proposed to be 4.5. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know exactly where that landed. We did just recently get the revenue calculator, so we will be able to determine what that percentage is for.
Can you say that again?
Yes. So we had the 2.25 was the conservative increase, 5%. Was a tentative, was a conservative amount of increase when the proposed was 4.5. So we went half the amount for our increased revenue.
Millions of
Sorry, yes, gotcha. So with the revenue calculator that provides you with all of those information has recently been released. So we will work on that, we being myself and finance, to determine what the actual revenues are anticipated for the school year. Some of the budget items that are included in this budget are the remaining ESSER funds out of the $1.4 million that we earned for the 2 years. I think there was I think we have about 500,000 that's remaining to be used. We have some additional grants, including a grant for VPK program. We had some residuals from last year that's rolling into this year. That was originally around 46,000. We probably have another 30,000 still remaining to finish up by September. And then we have another 36,000 that's coming in as well. We earned $70,000 in fundraising from the PTO efforts last year. It was outstanding. It was highest ever. Outstanding. So in addition, for additional revenue, we have additional revenue for the increase in an additional classroom for the VPK program. So we added additional classroom of VPK students, thus bringing in additional revenue for each child. But also we are able to provide additional aftercare wrap service for those students, another 20 students. So that brought in additional revenue as well. I went through the details in regards to the various positions, how many and where they stand. They do include the help desk position, which is a middle ground replacement for Jonathan, because we do have an IT contract with a vendor at this time, which I talk about the expenses within this list. Funding from the Department of Education to increase teacher salaries, that we have funding in there for that. I don't know the details or the expectations. But there definitely is expected to be at least a maintenance component to what we raised it to is 47.5. If it's higher, which we hope it will be, because as we get to the level that everyone else is, then OCPS raised it to 48.5. So we're trying to stay competitive as we can. We are replacing the 20-year-old playground, the original OG of the playground out there. It was kind of falling apart and needing some work. So that's being replaced probably next week. The other one's been taken down. We are also fencing in the front of the school around the cafeteria area, just to make sure that we finish up the compliance in regards to trying to look for everything possible to secure the school. And then there's also additional expenses in relationship to summer and after school learning programs, which we have been doing through the ESSER and other grants that have come available, in addition to some curriculum alignment teams that are allowing us to align with what are the new standards and all those things that have come in the last year or so, new testing, all those things. So overall, you have the tentative proposed budget in front of you. And so the request is to approve the tentative budget so that I have the ability to start making purchases and so forth for the July 1. So we're ready for school in August.
When does school start?
The teachers are back on August 1st. The students are back. It's at 10th, yes, yeah. The 10th.
And the HVAC is going well?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm waiting for an update to see if they're going to be able to make the connection so that we can return to our space this week. So all this month has been about them making the connections, finishing up, getting the equipment in. Now it's then they'll just be tweaking and doing those things for the month of July. So they're going to work all the way to the wire. I don't doubt it. It'll probably be July 31st, just like last year. But I will have a better understanding of where they stand in regards to the process this week when they come out and look at it. Good. It looks like it's coming along very much.
Enormous.
Oh my, yes. Well, I mean, I'm very relieved because we've spent a lot of money on the HVAC repairs through the years. It's probably almost $500,000 to, well,
That.
yeah, we really were. Yeah, that one was ready to go to sleep for a while. Yeah,
Get 20 years out of this.
yeah, I hope so.
So at 20.
Yes, yes, 20 years.
Yeah. Well, anything, I got a 19
Yeah, honestly,
years old, so. Yeah.
Doc.
yeah, I mean, I don't know that we have anything on the agenda, but we certainly can make that conversation in regards to, tell us, yeah.
Get with Jessica because, people don't really, I mean, we really need to honor y'all as well with the Vandalays because
Yes.
they were here.
Mhm.
See my part of that.
I was there the first day of school the first year. Because all the little kids who lived in Southern Oaks.
Oh, yeah.
The residents really know why that school is there,
No,
how it came up,
tells.
how we're the only one of three.
Well, we had talked about doing something for the 20th and that one, Bob, I'm thinking in my mind that 20,000 feet, pretty big to tell us that.
Yeah, we need to, yeah.
Yeah, but I remember like one of the kids who started, he's now an engineer at FedEx.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Yes, it's amazing, so like some of the staff actually have had their children that were a part of it, like so Misty Keating and Barbara Bishop are actually going to celebrate their 10 year. They've been there 20 years. Missy's been there and Barbara Bishop has been there since day one.
It's a municipal run school. Charter,
We get credit for.
that's not, that's not,
The people in the community are very thankful. I don't think they understand all the components of it, but they are, yes, the parents are like, ooh, they come here because of it.
boy that was here 20 years ago.
And those kids are getting a hell of an education and that's what,
Yeah.
that's the important thing.
Yes,
The one now, the one in Purple Pines, what's the other municipal one?
Belle Isle,
Belle has one too?
yeah.
3?
That's a weird.
So I'm pretty sure that they have, I think they both actually have so you might not recognize it. I think they both have management companies, that run them. Yeah, so it's not there. I don't think there's a single other that's operated by them. Yeah.
It does.
Do they? Okay, I didn't think so. I thought they had a management company with them as well.
Yeah, I think Purple
Yeah,
one, because they talk about it in
Yeah.
some of the state meetings. So.
yeah.
I had all my 4 kids.
Yes, I know. What are you gonna do without you guys coming through the line anymore? I don't know.
Thinking about Oakland. That's the only school they know. All 4
I
of them.
hope we can do something big.
Yeah, that would be, I think that'd be very nice. And Jessica could definitely.
Bringing the Vandalays in,
We're gonna be expanding that calendar. Sounds great. I think it's a great idea.
his brainchild, and y'all two were there. I mean, really, y'all was sitting at the table.
Make sure Kay gets,
Yeah, exactly.
Taylor gets involved.
See, we were the two that when John said they stopped. Can't have our kids go on the trail. We're just still over our own. We looked at each other and went, what's crazy?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we had so many things.
Well, I think it'd be the same way as if I said to you now, let's go all the way to K-12 or, 12, you'd be like, all right, I gotta think about this because we have this going on and this going on. Yeah.
There was, Center wasn't here, police department, fire department building wasn't there. All that went on at the same time.
Because
There
y'all
was
was
a lot of that had to get done.
Yeah.
Now that they're done, yes. Kate,
We gotta find us some space there, Commissioner. It's the land is the issue.
Ready?
Not yet.
Not yet, but then you've got to.
Next.
Yeah.
Seven, yeah.
Taylor, that sound like a fight.
That's Mikey's ballpark.
And,
You've been hitting it out of the park too, Pam, so,
thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
so.
He's writing all of his marathon notes right here. More school. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. All right, well, I don't know what's next.
But we do, so.
Not, all I had was the HVIC and then, anything that we're putting in the budget needs definitely, when you get everything in, needs to be funded. Was funded last year, but it's not funded this year. How are we going to cover that? I don't know if there's anything or not.
You mean because of grants and those types of things? Yeah, there's, no, I mean, so anything, the majority of the ESSER funds have been used to reimburse us for expenses that would have been budgeted. So that was the concept behind it, is that it was basically to kind of shore up schools after, the impacts of COVID. There have been some extra things and Andy had asked me these questions, what is the plan? Some of the summer learning camps, the summer, and the after school camps, those will go away unless we have additional funding, because they are a bit of an expense. So there are some things. We have teacher aid positions that we funded only for 2 years. And so those positions know that those are temporary positions. So we've been very strategic about it to make sure that, we're taking advantage of what we can and then, moving forward after that. And, I'd love for them to throw another couple million at us, but we'll see.
We all.
Well, we got a couple million thrown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
But that $2 million? Are
I do it.
we working on it?
We're working.
We haven't got the contract yet. We've already got it asked.
Are you able to fund that later? No, I'm just kidding. But it's easy to spend it. Actually, it's not always true. Some of the times the expectations are like, there's actually $30,000 for summer learning for next summer that I've kind of toiled with a bit in regards to going after, because there's the expectations of it and the limitations of who can it serve and what's its purpose and all things. And you're like,
Go find money.
Yeah.
That's the easier part than trying to spend it and do this.
yeah.
It is.
You get it.
The money, and then you're like, oh my God, how are we gonna do this?
Yeah.
Build a sewer system.
More money, more problems.
Yeah, that is true.
Thank you, Dennis, that you crazy on that, sir.
That's the best idea ever. Who knew I would be so interested in sewer?
I feel that way about air conditioning. I've lost a lot of interests. But, on that same note of interesting things, for 20 years, I just want to say to you that I took the roundabout for the first time the other day for my way home, and I am just beyond so happy that it's out there finally. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that was exciting. 10 years I've been, here now. It's my 10th year. Yeah, listen. Well, I don't know what this process is. A request for approval, I guess. You have to do.
Motion, please.
Motion to accept the budget for Benevolent Charters.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Does anybody in the audience have any comments, questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you. It?
yeah, you're good.
I just, he always sticks my name after the fact, and I think it's.
And you have anything additional you would like to?
Just a brief follow-up on the last town commission meeting. We reached out to the electrician that installed the lights on the water tower. Also reached out to a electrical engineer as well to help us see if there are some solutions, and so we're working towards that. There's no hurry on that, but Mike's got the ball rolling on the lights to see if we can come up with a solution that was discussed on the commission meeting. And then, of course, the town was awarded the $2 million stormwater treatment grant. So I had that on my list. I think there was a lot of hard work put in by the previous staff and the current staff and the mayor and the commission to receive the funds for that. So that'll be a good project for the town. It'll help out Lake Apopka. And it'll also help out on some of our residents' water bills as well, I would imagine, for watering and irrigation.
Yes, and on our consumptive use.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And then just once again, appreciate Jessica Lovejoy and all the staff at the center. I think they're doing a great job, and they were really receptive to have Jessica kind of take the lead there. And so we're excited about the events, and I think we've got that headed in the right direction, and it has been. It's just providing a little organization, and I think we're gonna continue to see great things come out of the Arts and Cultural Center. So with that being said, that's all I have this evening.
I have our new exhibit, so I think it's gonna be well attended. People want to see Andy.
Yeah, right. I told you we'd get to Mayberry. Now we haven't.
Do we need a Barney? Loppy and Pete.
I wasn't going there, you know, that, you know, I have a question on something.
Guy. Hills.
Good
What
one.
was his name? It's like a moonshot.
Yeah, Ernest T.
Ernest. Yep,
I'm on it. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
I've been, but maybe between Mike and Pam, the traffic calming signs for the school, have you guys worked together with those to?
Yeah.
Some information.
So I did reach out to the county vendor that Pam had gone, and we're currently awaiting that cost. They do this all the time, so I think we'll have a good product. We're just waiting on some cost estimates from.
I'm just glad they're not running right now.
And that was the question between you and Darren. Which one of you guys do control that? When I asked, they haven't turned off.
Well, we're hoping that it will be controlled by the school. They will have the capability to actually go on the internet and operate it. If something happens and they need it right now, they can basically push a button and it'll be on. So we're.
Okay, we get that. Yeah. That would be the best thing, because like I said, we bounce back and forth on which one of you guys had it, so we could get them off. I had it.
It was through us currently.
Well, okay.
Stacy made a phone call, took multiple phone calls, but when it was going off, but we ended up. It didn't.
Okay, yeah, we can, if it goes to the school for that, keep it doing that. That's there it goes. All right, well, thank you all.
All right. Andy, is that all you have?
That's all I have.
All right, Parker, do you have anything?
No, I'm just glad to be part of the team.
That's good to see you back.
Yeah, I understand there was quite a meeting that I missed, so. Last commission meeting.
I don't
Lights.
I guess, well, maybe I read the minutes wrong.
I've been talking about Windermere.
It's a water tower lady.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be able to come to a good compromise here, I hope.
Good.
And, but we're trying for sure. So anyway, then we're to commissioner reports. I know, Jessica, you don't have anything else. What about you, Darren?
Happy to be here.
Okay, well, that's good. I like that.
I did have one other thing.
Of course.
Do it. I'd bet money.
I'm always,
So the ongoing erosion or sedimentation problem on the Holland. I had the pleasure yesterday of going out with Commissioner Polland in his boat and looked.
I'm upset. I am,
At it from the water side, and we hiked in on the land side as well and really looked at everything. So we're preparing for a Thursday of this week meeting. Commissioner Satterfield and myself will be meeting with the company.
good.
Basically, we're getting our ammunition.
I know, and that's what you need to do. So if it's not going the way the contract says, then we just need to get it fixed. Is that it, Parker?
Yeah, that's it. That's it for tonight.
Anybody else from the staff? Okay, Sal?
This is a reminder, and you help me, remember this, the roundabout, we just gotta get it looking pretty. Is there plans already, or do we have anything in the works for a landmark or an icon or you know, something saying, welcome to Oakland, our new logo, hardscape, monument?
There's nothing planned at this point.
Okay, well,
I would like to have some,
that for you, but go ahead.
well, yeah, I would like to get something started other than cutting the grass pretty.
Want it finished so I can see it.
I'm waiting long enough.
Andy and I had a meeting with Joe Allery, so Andy could meet Joe, who did our logos and our style guides. And I did tell him that I was interested in street signs that are, you know, themed to the town. But that's a great question. I think that we could ask Joe if he has something in mind.
Right.
That we, you know, we gotta work it into the budget.
Of course.
But I think that's a great, and then, you know, so we have the complete streets. And a lot of that, did you get a file on that, Andy?
Yes, I did.
Okay, well, let's take a look at that because that'll tell you, you know, because point of complete streets is a place of, a sense of place.
Mhm.
So whatever we're gonna do on the east side, we should do on the west side so that it all, you know, complements each other. And so, yes, your suggestion is well taken and that's something we just gotta figure out how much it costs.
To add to that, I know it was a long time ago, we met with, I think it was Neighborhood Services, somebody in Orange County, they had dollars for street sign.
Did they?
Yeah, this was a while
Yeah,
ago.
that was the neighborhood program. They since stopped doing that.
Stop doing that.
But let me add, we have ran electric and water into the center, so we've got, you know, we've got options when it comes time for it.
Well, I just want to know when we do get there, because in the metro plan, you know, there's,
Is there money?
yeah, well, I can go, if we have
Yes.
a plan to say,
Well,
with a roundabout and not just pavers or cutting grass, but
Right.
that we can.
You're stuck on this cutting grass thing, huh?
What
I imagine that's what's gonna happen.
what really excites me about what you're saying is he already sent us a couple three street sign proposals. So we just need to we need to figure out how many we need, how much that will cost to replace every street sign, with the exception of maybe some HOAs. And then, you know, this whole sense of place from the beginning to the end, whatever that means, logos, signs, whatever. That's a really good start and a really good bang for your buck because it's visual. And if we can get you numbers,
Yeah.
then you can go look for some money.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it.
Would be kind of cool, I think, to get some local residents, if we had a concept, to maybe design it, like to put it together,
What do you mean?
local residents to do some kind of monument or something in the roundabouts.
Mhm.
They got the Heritage Center do a pump it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine with me if we want a committee. I'm great with that. I hope you guys are too.
Mhm.
And they can work with Joe. He's amazing. And we already have street sign.
If Joe's got a committee to go to and liaison, that's perfect.
Well, we have a committee
On our end for Joe.
and Joe, you know, Joe can get along with anybody. So, yes, sir.
Can we get any of the trees back? We lost a lot of trees in that area, like.
Parker?
Yeah, so once it is fully constructed and the county turns it over to us, we don't own it yet, we don't own anything out there. We've actually developed a landscape plan. It's a two-step. It's the larger landscaping like trees and the like understory stuff. We've already got that plan developed and I'm just maybe about a month away from meeting with the HOA out there to talk to them about a lot of that land that you see that you kind of think is road right away. It's actually HOA land. So I'm going to talk to them about planning on their land and then we're going to start our trees on that northwest corner where all the trees were.
Yeah, so we may, you know, when the time is right.
It's going to take time.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying. I want to see it when it looks pretty.
Yeah.
But when the time is right, let's think about how we communicate to ask for volunteers on the committee. Because I'm sure that people who live out there will have a very vested interest
Well,
in what it looks like.
we do have a landscape plan developed and the HOA out there they've seen it.
Good.
Seen it, so. It impacts them the most.
Yes. But I think that if we can get some more visuals for our identity, that would be awesome. And however we do it, I'm very open to. So not a lot of work for Andy to do.
Easy. What are you gonna do after Monday?
Andy has been doing very well drinking from a fire hose.
I thought you could say drink.
Me. Okay, so Sal,
Done.
that was good conversation.
Thank you.
Nice call. Okay. Rick,
I don't have anything.
nothing?
OMP's has been very busy with summer camp. They're just swamped.
Yeah, well, I gave this to Andy, but I'm still gonna say it. I saw on CBS this morning this week, which is my favorite show. They were doing in Oregon, they were doing owl for a fundraiser. So I don't know if Jennifer could do that and run with it. It's up to her. It's a suggestion, but I thought it was so cute.
Owl prowl.
Owl prowl. You go see the owls.
Who?
The teacher, right?
All right, Joseph.
Just one thing, on June 15th, Commissioner Ortiz from the city of Orlando led a meeting around addressing homelessness in the Tri-County area. The Tri-County is Orange, Seminole, and Orange, Seminole, Orange County, yeah. Orange, Seminole, Orange County, yeah, Orange, Seminole, Orange County, yeah. So they're dealing with, they're trying to address it, and they really want all of us to come alongside them. And so they're going to be putting together some huge meetings and they're just trying to bring all kind of stakeholders on board to help. Osceola, gosh, that's what I'm thinking of. Orange, Seminole. So they're trying to get us all to come together to help. And so, of course, out west, they want all the cities out here, out west to be a part of it. I told them we don't have a major issue with it, but, we got Matthews Hope and they
Oh, yeah.
for it. So that's going to be coming up real soon. They're going to get all the mayors.
Does he have money?
So they do have money, but they do know that there is a lot of federal dollars. And so they just really want us to all come together, plan. Of course, the areas that are being hit the most are Orlando and Kissimmee. Now, Kissimmee is converting some of their hotels to residency. So they're trying to figure out a way to have transition programs, but Kissimmee, that's one of the things that they're leading with, having those old hotels converted into residents as a transition. And so they're looking for tapping in all the resources, but it definitely want to have all of the.
Oh, well, we're more than willing to come to the table for things like that.
Yeah, so more to come. But yeah, he just wanted to make sure that we're all aware of what's going on and they would like us to come alongside and be a part of it. So as it gets developed,
It's up to date.
we'll do.
Tell us what to do.
That was it.
Good at following instruction.
Yes, ma'am. That's it.
Mikey?
Mike talked about the canal, and then we had any questions where we're at it. Much more for us, probably next meeting.
No, I haven't, it's been quiet, but I know there's some challenges.
We'll get there. So I'm good.
If I had anything, I probably forgot. The owl prowls contribution for today. But I'm very excited. I'm excited for Thursday. I hope to see a lot of people out there. And like I said, people want to meet Andy, so they keep saying, I'm going to come meet Andy.
Then they whistle.
Andy's done well, very well. So, If anybody doesn't have anything else, we're ready for Joseph.
All right, if all hearts and minds are satisfied, let's adjourn. It is 8:01 PM.
Too bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed the boat ride.